During the early 60s, we'd set off in many directions. We'd taken record shows on the road. We'd opened clubs in Greenwich Town Hall in South London, which became a huge success. We worked at other Mecca ballrooms, bringing in lots of people, Hammersmith Palais, the Empire, Leicester Square. The ballrooms were still the mainstay of the masses who went dancing. But the whole point in those days wasn't going to listen to the band. They were going to dance in front of bands and in front of records. That was how it worked in those days. And I think out of all of those clubs, as various factions came together, the poets came in, artists came in, and that all kind of got distorted in what eventually turned into the alternate society and psychedelia. Early mods, when they discovered late night clubs, in order to be able to stay up all night, the main drug of the day was a Purple Heart. You could also get something that lasted a little longer, which was called a Black Bomber, and that was pretty easy to get hold of in Wardour Street in those days. There were always someone around with a box of pills where you could buy a few. As the mod thing developed, everyone was trying to jump up on the cart, and a friend of mine, Peter Meadon, was working with this group, and his whole idea then, as the mod explosion started, and then when Carnaby Street really became something else other than just a street with two shops for men, one for gay men and one for young boys who wanted to be slightly different, Peter had the idea of dressing them up and making them, turning them into mods. Keith himself already had a good idea of what he was doing. He was into surfing, so he kind of liked that whole West Coast Brian Wilson look from the Beach Boys. So he already had a certain edge on it, but they weren't actually mods to begin with. They were actually marketed as mods. In my terms, of course, late day mods, but of course, by that time we were doing mod style clubs all over town and all over England. The mod thing exploded, I guess, around about 63, 64.